Yeah, fantastic. Looks like I've got the red live bit in the top hand corner on Facebook as well. So fantastic. We're all set up and ready. And before 7 o'clock, this is maybe the first time I've been completely on time with it all. Normally getting all the last technical bits, it's taken a few minutes afterwards. So hello everybody, those who are joining on Facebook, those who are just finding it on Facebook. And also with the Facebook one, it gets recorded and stays up there for a few days after. So those people, well, get stayed up there indefinitely, but it carries on getting shared around Facebook for a few days after. So for those who are finding it a few days later, welcome. Nice that you can join in afterwards. And to all of the faces that I can see on Zoom as well, fantastic. Hello in the comments, do let us know where you're joining in from. And it's struggling to connect. There we go. So hello on Facebook. Hopefully it's a bit clearer for you now on Facebook. Do let us know where you're joining in from. It comes and goes with freezes every few seconds and then play again. Yeah, I've just seen that there's a message up there. So hopefully now I've sorted that, and that will be sorted. Fantastic. People joining in from Arizona. People joining in from Norway. People joining in from Hertfordshire, from Saltburn, from Gisborough as well. Where's Christine? I thought I saw Christine on there. Or maybe she's in and out at the moment. Some joining in from Belgium. Let us know, just to let us know if the video connection is streaming a lot better on Facebook. Let us know with the laughter face. Then I know what that means. I can see already people are joining in with the hearts, but let us know with the laughter face, just so I know that clearly the connection is working for the Facebook live stream as well. Lovely. So some people joining in from South Carolina, some Saffron Walden, from Hertfordshire. Excellent, getting loads of laughs on the Facebook one. That must mean you can see me and my face paint today. It's all going through clearly. Lovely, so joining in from the Nest, from Wiltshire, from Scotland, some from Stratford. Hello again, Sarah from Colorado. Fantastic. So yeah, tonight would be our usual monthly drumming circle locally. And I was thinking earlier, it's just like, oh, we would be out with around the fire, around our Beltaine fire tonight, and had kind of missed the point that if it was raining, we probably, we definitely wouldn't have been out around the fire with the rain going. We would have been indoors creating our own ceremonial ritual fires in the centre there with candles, and bringing that fire into this fire ceremony indoors. So we're bringing that light and we're bringing that celebration to homes, to all of our homes where we're connecting in from for this. So some joining in from Lincolnshire, from Nottinghamshire, from Rona, from Fife. It's fantastic to see you, and your first time joining on the online drumming circle. Fantastic. Is there anybody else who it's their first time joining on for the circle? Yeah, some waves in there. Fantastic, Petra. Anybody else there on the screen that I can see joining in for the first time? Carol, lovely to see you on here, Carol. Sarah. Oh, excellent. So using the thumbs and things like that. Brilliant, brilliant. So people joining in from Lincolnshire and Chesterfield, Derbyshire. So what we're going to do this evening, I mean, we're going to be marking Beltaine with a round of drumming this evening, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But like on the previous evenings, we're going to join together as a circle as far and wide as we are, with people joining in from all around the world on this, as we see as people are checking in, let us know where they're connecting from. We're going to open the circle and join the circle all around with the drums. We're going to have some drumming for Beltaine, to mark Beltaine. And we're going to have a journey as well this evening to connect with the spirit of the season. And as well as we've done on previous weeks, we'll be having the healing round in here as well to send out that love and strength to people. So how many of you have got drums with you to join in this evening? Let us know in Facebook with the heart emojis, and on Zoom, wave the drums, wave your drums that you're joining in with. Beautiful, fantastic to see all of these drums in there. Some of them I recognise, some of them I was there when they were born, some of them are ones that I've birthed, and lots of beautiful drums that I've yet to meet in person, but it's lovely to kind of connect in with on this circle, and all of those who are joining in on Facebook with their drums as well. Superb. Okay, so yeah, let's begin as I would begin in the circle. I can see some people on Zoom have already got incenses and smudge going. I start with a smudging and a grounding, just so we can mark this as a sacred space in time for us. You know, we would normally go to often for drumming circles, we would travel out to somewhere and go to a specific place, and we'd gather around the fire if it was us in Ashford this evening, or we'd gather in the meeting place in the hall where we gather. Whereas you're going from maybe one room to another in your house, but I just want to ask to mark this as a sacred space in time tonight. And so just take a moment. If you've got incense and you've got smudge, fantastic. You kind of have a bit of a time to smudge just now. For everybody, let's all just take a moment just to centre ourselves, to ground ourselves. And to do that, we'll just take a moment just to focus in on our breathing. And take the opportunities just to breathe in that little bit deeper down to our belly. Making sure we're breathing our energy and our awareness right into our fingertips and our toes. Feeling those feet on the ground. If you work with visualizations a lot, imagine in your mind's eye roots going down through your legs and out your feet and going down into the earth. Just so we stay here and grounded and present. Here, settled in a deeper part of ourselves, out of the busyness of the mind. That's where we've probably been inhabiting a lot of the day. And so I light this sage for everybody in this circle, and for the circle as a whole, and for all of those that are joining in with us afterwards. The spirit of sage being a cleansing, healing plant spirit. And we invite that grandmother sage just to help clear us and centre us and ground us as we start this circle together. So for all those who are here already and all of those who are still arriving, I can see some people still arriving. Welcome everybody. This smudge is for the circle as a whole. If you've got some at home, good to start with. Good to be doing as regularly as possible at the moment, just to keep that energy clear in the home while we're there more often. And but this will just kind of be here for the circle as a whole to start. And so as we settle down in from our head and into our heart and into that deeper place within us, from our heart, let's send out that call of love to the land, to this land beneath us that is awakening, that is blooming, that is coming forth in green and flower. The land that holds us and heals us and guides us on our journeys through life. To the winds, those gentle breezes and those wild winds of change that help clear away the old and help bring in the new. That we can connect with all the time with that breath that can just help us centre and ground, just returning to that breath. To the waters, those waters that now are falling as rains, those waters that flow from the sacred springs from deep in the belly of the earth, to all the rivers and streams, and to the mighty oceans, and to that energy of flow within us, and that energy of, and to our depths, and to that fire. That fire that is emblematic of the spirit of this season, the Beltaine fire, those fires of awakening, of creativity, of excitement, of passion. All of those fires within us, we honour and acknowledge all of you. And as we create this circle, that's call out to all of our guides, healers, teachers and inspirers, all of those unseen that work with us and work through us, that they can be here and holding us and supporting us this evening. And to the ancestors, to all of those that have gone before from our bloodline, all of those that can offer strength and guidance and support through this time, to all of those ancestors of this land, and to all of those ancestors of our spiritual heritage and of the spiritual traditions. Let's call to and honour them and welcome them into this circle. As we cast it wide around, everybody here connecting together, and honour all of the spirits of the north, of the east, of the south and the west, and ask this circle to be blessed. And to the earth below and sky above, fill this circle with purest love. Blessed be. So blessed be everybody. And to Heidi, she has to let us know that she's there. I don't know if Heidi's actually been properly introduced on here. I know I got a lot of comments last time of kind of going, who's Heidi? What kind of, she's my dog. What kind of dog's Heidi? Let's see if she's got used to the idea that I'm on the camera here every so often. She's not a fan of the cameras, but we'll see if she can come and say hello. Heidi, come and say hello here. Come on, up you come. Up you come. She's not really a lap dog, but she's a bit of a big beast, and she tends to bark at little noises. But she settles down when the drums start. So, Heights, come and lay down. There you are. So hopefully she'll settle very soon, as we'll have this first round of drumming, as we've been doing on the last few weeks, as our unity round of drumming to connect in as a circle. And so for all of us, this focus, blessed be Heidi. Yes, lots of welcomes to Heidi there. Fantastic. Let's have this first round of drumming as our unity round of drumming, just to connect in. And if you're connecting in with the drum, or even if you're not connecting with the drum, let's just connect in really from that heart and feel that heart connection and feel that real connection as a circle, so that for the rest of the work we do and the rest of the space we share this evening, we're coming from that place of unity and connection. We're not in a room together, we're not in a hall together, we're not gathered around a physical fire together, but we're gathered around our collective fire and connecting as a circle now with this round of drumming. And, many of you have heard me say this before, I consider every round of drumming a prayer. We know drumming is healing. We know that it moves us and it stirs things in us and it helps us reconnect with things and energies and strengths and powers that we need to reconnect with. It boosts immune system. It helps mood. All of those things. I could talk for hours on those. But there is a whole lot of energy that is created from drumming that we can send out and that we can give a dedication. So this round of drumming here, the focus and prayer for this is uniting as a circle and connecting together as a circle. So for all those at home joining with their drums and all of those who are joining with their open hearts, this round's for unity. Breathe that in deep. Breathe that right into your core, right into your center. So each time there's a slightly kind of different metaphor, imagery that there is with it. This time feels like there's a rope going round the circle, and because we're all there holding that rope, I can just lean back into it. We can all just kind of lean and support each other in that circle. Lovely feeling, lovely feeling. Oh, fantastic. Just seeing some comments coming up, people joining in. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce your name. I'm going to have a kind of a go and say Mary or Mary. Mary. Not sure. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. But yes, fantastic to see you on here with the drum that you kind of won a few years ago, and fantastic you're able to join in with it. Fantastic, everybody. Really, really love to see everybody on and joining on with this. And how was that round of drumming for you? How was that what's that feeling like for you? That feeling, that connection with the circle. Let us know on the comments on both of them. Let us know how what that was like. Brilliant. Thank you for correcting me on that, Moya. Thank you. So far out. I was. Moya, thank you for correcting me there. Fantastic. So people feeling that connection, feeling cozy, feeling excitement, feeling good, relaxed, grounded. Oh, bless you, Moya. I'll remember that now that I've learnt it once. Brilliant. Feeling connecting in with the circle. Yeah, people feeling that connection. It is very special to feel that connection at the moment when we're all so spread out and we're not able to meet in person as we normally would do. And particularly this time of the year, I'm painted up at the moment. A picture came up on my Facebook memories from this day last year, which was this day last year when we had our Beltaine celebrations. And yeah, a whole bunch of us all painted up, and it was a lovely celebration, and with the sweat lodge as well that we have over at Caer Corain, and with it the women go to do women's business with flowers and crown making for the May Queen, and the men go off for men's business, and we go off and paint each other with the different greens and everything to get all the leaf shapes on. So it's lovely to kind of connect back into that, to not be missing out, but it's quite different there having to do it for myself. But it needed to be greened up a bit for celebrating this. And wearing, if we can see it, Green Man t-shirt for today. Because where we are now at arriving this at the end of April, we are kind of reaching and arriving the celebration of Beltaine. Just reading comments as they come in. Melting into one, heart being filled with fire. Fantastic. Feelings of connection as people are joining in there. Thank you for sharing this. Yeah, do please share it. If especially if you found out about this on a group, please do share this live stream kind of back onto that group, just so other people can find it, because it's not always clear when something's shared in a group that kind of you need to go and find it somewhere else. So do please help out there if people have been able to find it by sharing it back into those groups. So wonderful to connect and be part of it, feeling grounded. Yeah, feeling good to be in connection with everybody. Right, lovely. So, celebration of Beltaine. What does it mean for you? What do you associate with it? Some people already commenting saying it's their favourite festival of the year. Apart from dressing up in green, what What do you know about it? What is it for you? What does this celebration mean for you? What does it symbolise? What comes to mind for it? What's important about this celebration for you? If it's one that you mark and you celebrate, fully aware that, you know, it may be something that within the circles that I work in and walk in, it may be one that we know, but there may be a lot of people joining in who haven't heard of the celebration of Beltaine or Beltaine, those who are joining in from Ireland. We've got fire, purification, fertility, fires being lit across the land, the beginning of summer. You know, that is the fire ceremony that marks the beginning of summer. Fantastic. The quickening, the awakening, celebration of fertility. I spending time out in the garden, everyone's talking about all of the birds' song and all the birds chasing after each other at the moment at this time of the year. Dancing the maypole. What else we got? Fire, fertility, growth and life. Halfway point between the equinox and the solstice. Faith that the circle of life continues. New beginnings and awakening. Fantastic, yeah. So, you know, this festival, we carry on now, and I always like the fact that with a lot of the very old festivals, we still have something marking it. You know, we talk about the old, the ancient kind of pagan festivals and celebrations of, say, for example, Christmas and Easter carrying on today. But we also have things like the May Day bank holiday. And we have the August bank holidays, and for me, that the fact that those two are still there, I know they've got different kind of reasons and different kind of connections to them, but I just love the fact that there is a holiday around those days, that although we may not remember as a kind of a wider society, we may not remember the old reasons and the old kind of purposes for those celebrations, that there are still kind of the extra day off work, as it were, to mark those with the bank holidays, that they become weekends of festivities. But definitely very, very ancient, and, you know, something from particularly with Beltaine. So offerings, people coming up, nature flourishing, and the hawthorn blossom. You know, this marking the celebrations of coming into summer, and, you know, the opposite end of the year, end of October, beginning of November, of that move into winter, you know, has been seen as something that has been celebrated or marked and of significance right back to times, if we go into the Neolithic and, you know, going back into kind of the older Stone Age times, when peoples in Britain would have been more nomadic and moving around. So they would have their winter camps and they would have their summer camps. So this time of the year, moving to our summer camps, moving into kind of the new places that we can move into as we move into the summer, as the warmer weather comes in, will have been something that had been celebrated for thousands and thousands of years. But more, you know, more associations around it in terms of when we presently, or kind of these days, celebrate it. We see it as being this last day of April going into May, going into the 1st of May, or the night into the 1st of May. If you're not marking it by the calendar, it's when the hawthorn blossom starts to bloom. And for those who have been able to kind of venture out and go for their daily sanctioned exercise, as we have in Britain, anywhere near where there's any hawthorn, you'll see whether or not the hawthorn is blossoming near you. So a lot of people are saying that about the hawthorn blossom and Queen of the May. Is the hawthorn blossoming near you? Let us know whether tongue twisters, whether the hawthorn blossom is blossoming near you. Fantastic. People are talking about dressing the wells on there as well. We've got our one of our local wells, but a local well that we've a number of different groups of us have done ceremony with over the last, must be a couple of years, that has not been flowing. There's been photos of it in the last month showing that it's flowing again, which is, you know, for me is a beautiful sign. I kind of when I journeyed with that well, there was something in that symbolism that the well itself was flowing underneath the ground, but it wasn't coming up into the human stone well structure, that connection with the human part of it was what was disconnected and broken. And it was a real metaphor for, I felt that it was to do with that connection between us and the land. And I think a big part is of this celebration is to do with our connection with the land. I'm wearing green and painted in green and have Green Man on the t-shirt because this is the awakening of the Green Man, the rising of the Green Man around this time. Particularly, in terms of the symbolism of that, it's all of the green coming out on the leaves. They've been starting over the recent weeks. Aha, hawthorn blossoms in Edinburgh. Sorry, I'm jumping back to comments. Hawthorn blossoms in Edinburgh is it was just half in mind there. Idel was working out whether or not it's the blossoming of the hawthorn has reached Scotland yet. So fantastic to get that there. Some people asking about the hawthorn. The hawthorn is connected particularly to this season. It is the Mayflower, the flowering of the May. When that comes into flower, it marks this season. Fantastic, and other people saying that it's blossoming there as well. And has that connection with fertility, with those flowers as well. And there's within that kind of related to fertility, the whole of the spring, there's all of those connections with fertility. But now particularly with all of the birds who are kind of looking to find their mate, it's also symbolic at this time of that sacred marriage between masculine and feminine. And that connection between the two and the balance of the two, or the dance of the two, that carries on. And that's, a number of people have mentioned to do with the maypole dancing. There's all of that symbolism related to that, of that divine marriage between the masculine and the feminine. And that, in terms of that balance as well within us, that balance of those masculine and feminine energies within us, or that dance of them, how they move and weave within us. There's some people in the northeast England, so in Gisborne, you've not got the hawthorn going yet. Oh, it's got as far as Edinburgh. It's beating you there, or it's kind of skipped past you. Got up to Edinburgh. Lots of hawthorn blossom there. Fantastic. Blossoming all over, except it's not quite got to the northeast coast yet. It will get you. It will get you, Christine. It will reach you over there. But yeah, a real celebration as well. A time of the year of the connecting with the Fae, connecting with the elementals, and a fire ceremony of when those fires of the summer awaken, of marking this turning of the wheel into the summer from this winter period. So we're going to have this round of drumming now. This round of drumming will be to connect in with the spirit. We're connecting with Beltaine. We're going to do a journey to work with the spirit of the season a little bit later, but this will just be a round of drumming, just to drum that love and that energy of thanks and acknowledgement to Beltaine, to this season. And it's great to hear lots of people joining in from overseas who will have a slight kind of different take on a number of these traditions. People talking about the hawthorn connection with summer solstice in different places as well. So it's fascinating to hear all of those. Some people talking about hawthorns that they planted. Beautiful, lots of hawthorn blossom in Ayrshire as well. Ayrshire over on the west coast, so kind of gets maybe a little bit of the warmer air coming through. Fantastic. So for all of those things that we personally associate with this season, all of those things that we've talked about, and for all of the changes of the season now as the land awakens and all the trees come into leaf and the hawthorn comes into blossom, and all of those energies that are awakening and dancing within us, let's drum for those. So drumming to those fires, those inner fires that are awakening with this season for the Fire Festival of Beltaine. Hey, welcome to there's a number of people who have joined during that round of drumming. That round of drumming was connecting with the spirit of the season with Beltaine. Just a round of drumming to honour and acknowledge the season of Beltaine. The celebration, the festival of Beltaine, this fire festival. The awakening of the Green Man, this time of the divine marriage, the coming of the Mayflowers. Fantastic. Hawthorn dancing with oaks, for some people. Feeling the elementals. Fantastic. Hey there, Hides. Come in here now. Because next we'll be working to do a journey, so I wanted to not be barking at noises on the street. Come and lay down. Come on. Down you come. There you go. Well done. Right. Fantastic, yeah. The oak tree, the hawthorn, the bluebells. Fantastic, fantastic. Brilliant. The hazels and the apples. Oh, I don't forget them. There's so many that are coming out into buds and to flowers. I mentioned the oak and the hawthorn specifically because they're connected with this season, connected with Beltaine, with the celebration. They're kind of I've got the word emblematic in mind. That's not what I mean. They are the symbols of the season. This is the coming of the May. Is the coming of the hawthorn. Fantastic to see everybody joining in with that. Heart expanding, yeah, lovely. I mean, the hawthorn connects in with the heart. The hawthorn works with that heart level. There's something within the hawthorn berries that works very, very well with the heart. It's very good medicine for the heart, kind of physically, in terms of its herbal properties, and that the hawthorn in general connects in with that heart expansion. Oaks are all in leaf there as well. Fantastic. Fantastic. See everybody joining in. So I've just to kind of give you a bit of an idea on kind of how often I'm doing these. It's kind of worked this month of doing one every other week, and looking at May, that looks exactly the same. So the next one will be in 2 weeks' time. That off the top of my head is I can't quite get the date, but I can open it up on a screen here. It is going to be on the 12th, so that the time after that we join is once again the same as the last Tuesday of the month, being the 26th. So we'll see if we can get kind of a natural rhythm to it with every couple of weeks, and I know there's bits that I've been kind of hinting at and kind of giving a bit of information on in the newsletters. I've been in the background working on and recording a number of online instructional bits for people who have been asking for a bit more guidance on journeys and journeying, and the introduction to shamanism is going to be the free one that I put up on there, just to kind of give a bit of a background and a bit of an idea of my approach to working with these practices. And there are a few other bits and pieces that I'm putting together on there. So on the Facebook live bit, in the actual kind of blurb at the top, it's got the links on there for how to sign up to the mailing list if you're not already on the mailing list, because a lot of that information will be going out to the mailing list with details of what's coming on there. So if you're wanting to kind of find out about those, and also to get the links and the reminders and the updates about these drumming circles, have a look in the blurb on there for the for the mailing lists. Also, what I've popped in there is, I mean, these are free evenings and free events, but if you're able to and up for and willing to kind of give a donation on there, there's a link for the PayPal me, paypal.me/Heron Drums, and if you're able to give a donation to help cover the kind of the time for these circles that I've been running, that would be, you know, be very grateful for that. It's not expected, but it would be much appreciated if people are able to at this point. Okay. So as I mentioned, what we're going to do now is the journey. We're going to do a journey this evening, and the journey, just like we did on the first one, where the first one was around the spring equinox, we're going to this evening be connecting in with the spirit of the season, the spirit of Beltaine, the spirit of the land now, in this season. And so what I'm going to be doing for that is I'm going to talk you through what we'll do for the journey and what I'll be doing with the drumming. But once we start, it's very much an inner visual journey that you go on your own. So I'll talk first about what the suggestions are with it. Those who have been on these week after week when I've been doing them know how I drum the journey. I'll be starting off with the drum rhythm, the journeying rhythm here. And what I suggest for those who are new to journeying is, in your mind's eye, holding that intention in your mind that this is a journey to connect with the spirit of the season. As the drumming begins, visualize a tree. It may be a tree that you know. It may be a tree that you don't know, but it just comes to you in your imagination when the drumming begins. And go towards that tree, go into that tree, go down through that tree, down through its roots, down further and further through the earth. And you'll arrive somewhere in a landscape to meet the spirit of the season. And to connect with the spirit of the season at the moment, to be able to ask whether it's got any message or guidance or strength to give you at this point, something that you need right now. And I'll keep that going, that drum rhythm going, so you can have that encounter, you can have that meeting, you can have that time to get that guidance and that strength and that healing, whatever it is for you, from the spirit of the season. And when it's time to bring you back after a shamanic 10 minutes, I'll give you a call back. The drumming will stop. I'll do 4 beats of 4, and that's my way of letting you know that I'm bringing the journey to an end. It's your time to say your thank yous for anything you've been told and to gather up anything you've been given and start to make your way back to that root, to that opening that you journey down through, and the drum beat will pick up faster and faster and faster to help bring you back up through the earth, through that root, back up through the tree, and back to the start where we begin. So this is the journey that we're going to go on now to connect with the spirit of the season. So if you're joining in with the journey, take a moment to get yourself comfortable. You may want to lower the lights. I'd recommend you do. If you've got some way where you can... I'm going to turn the lights off here so it's not quite so bright from the screen either. But yeah, take a moment to get comfortable. Okay. So this journey, as I say, it's an inner visual experience where you go into these inner landscapes carried by the rhythm of the drum and taken through this inner tree, this central tree, going down into the earth to arrive into a landscape to meet the spirit of the season. And to have that time to ask what message or what strength or what healing you need right now, and to receive that from the spirit of the season. So wherever you are, just take that moment just to, let's just bring our attention back to our breath. And just let our eyelids relax. Close our eyes there. And just feel that breath as it comes in. Feel that as our lungs fill with air. Feel that as we exhale. Feel that little moment of stillness before the next breath. Just feel that gentle rise and fall of your chest or your shoulders as you breathe. And just feel yourself relaxing into the seat or wherever you're sitting or laying at the moment with each out breath. And holding that intention in your mind and in your heart for this journey to connect with the spirit of the season. As I begin the drumming, journeying into that tree and downwards into a landscape for this journey to meet the spirit of the season. I wish you all a happy journey. just take a moment to deepen your breath. That always helps to bring you back. Just breathing down to your belly, breathing down to your fingertips and toes, getting some movement into your fingertips and your toes, maybe even moving your back where you're sitting or laying, moving your body, opening your eyes, looking around, find something nice in the room to look at. And just bringing that energy from that journey back with you. And I can see when people are back on Zoom, but those who are just returning back from the other world on Facebook, let us know with the thumbs up. Let's go with the thumbs up emoji for that one. Or yeah, a hose in the comments, as people have been doing there. Fantastic. There was a question that came up that I spotted. There's a slight delay in some of the comments coming up on Facebook. There was a question that came up, people asking what the spirit of the season is. Is that a guide or is that something? I'm going to pop that question back to you guys. What was it for you? What was the spirit of the season for you? How did the spirit of the season appear for you? Hey, you're all very welcome. Thank you all those who joined in with the journey and took part in that. For me, when I connect with spirits of the season and aspects like that, it can often, I tend to interpret it, as it were, as being an aspect of the spirits of the land, the spirits of the earth, tends to appear in some form that is related to the energies that are moving and rising at the time of this season. And I see people coming in with comments of saying, yes, like the Oak King. Some people seeing the Green Man, some people seeing a bird at this time, which, as we kind of talked about before, connecting with this time of the year. Great, all the thumbs coming back. Yeah, grounded in connection with the Mother Earth. A stag and a doe, a green man, wild garlic. See how this spirit of the season does kind of shape shift in that way, because it is a much bigger spirit energy that is awakening and weaving through everything that's coming into life at the moment. Yes, people kind of talk about it. It's very much connecting with that life force energy at the moment, and so that's appearing in all of these different ways. Trees embracing. A lot of people saying about the horned god and the horned one to this time of the year. Fantastic. Well, I hope for everybody who joined in with the journey there, it was a real chance to go in and connecting with some guidance for yourself, to receive some strength or healing for yourself at the moment. And know, as we go into these next couple of days, as we kind of are within the energy of this festival of Beltaine, it's a time where we can reconnect in with that journey. We can, you are able to get hold of get onto the recording that remains of this on Facebook, and that will be there for you if you're wanting to journey again. Some people saying about the lady within the hawthorn, others seeing birds and kites flying, others with Pan. Yes, fantastic with Pan. Aye. Fantastic. Mushrooms in the forest. Mushrooms being the reproductive part of the whole fungi, which lives under the ground. So they're very fitting for the season 2 there. Brilliant. Well, yeah, thank you everybody who joined in with the journey there. And we're going to move to our last round of drumming this evening. I'm going to... do I need any more light? I don't know how dark it is. I think on the Zoom it's very dark, so I think I need to have just a little something going, but I won't put the full one on. Oh, that's a bit much. There is a down somewhere. There we go. That's better. There we go. Yeah, well, it is candlelight. Those who were saying about the light behind me being like firelight, it's candlelight. It's the candle that would be in the centre of the drumming circle in Ashford if that were happening. As we're here together, that circle, that candle is still alight for us all. This little bit of light that there is in front there means that I can be seen on Zoom, because it was entirely in the dark there. That was just a voice coming out of the darkness for a moment. So our last rounds of... oh, yeah, the other bit that I want to say with the journey, I say this every single week. You know, your experience from the journey, I'm really grateful for everybody who's writing and sharing it, but you don't have to write and share and kind of put on the comment section to hear your experience of the journey. Your journeys are yours. The kind of the messages and the guidance and what you connected with in there is yours. But if there's anything that you're wanting to kind of talk about and chat about related to the journey, any questions you're wanting to ask, if there's any bits that you're wanting a bit of kind of help with interpreting, please do drop me a message, do send me an email, and I'm happy to talk to you about any of your journeys that you've had, just to kind of help you reach a bit of clarity on what as clear as you can be with some of them, but what the message and meanings can be in there for you. Okay, so the last round of drumming this evening, to close this evening, we'll be doing the a healing round. We've been doing a round of drumming on these each time to send love and strength to those who need it. But before I do the healing round, like I did last time, I'm just going to take a moment to sing the Heron Song. It's not just those at the moment who are needing the love and strength, but it's also those who have passed over, those who have died in the recent weeks as a result of this, and particularly all of this as well. You know, one of the evenings that we had here, we were on a Thursday evening, so we were drummed along with all of the healthcare professionals and all of those key workers who are out there continuing to work with people. And as we're hearing all the time, there are many of those who have passed away with this virus. I think the numbers today were specifically to do with healthcare workers, but there are many others in lots of other kind of key working professions. And so for them and for everybody who has passed over, I wanted to again just sing the Heron chant, just to honour them. We do this in circle or in ceremony when somebody has passed, and we do this at the time of the year in the autumn in Selwyn, at the other side of the kind of the opposite side on the wheel, to honour and remember all of those that have gone past. And today particularly, with it being the International Workers' Memorial Day, 11 o'clock today, there was that minute of silence to honour all of those that have passed. We're just going to honour those in the way that I've been doing here, which is with the Heron chant. I put the link on the last one to where the Heron chant comes from. It's a song from Carolyn Hillier. You'll be able to find it on the Heron Drums page if you're wanting to kind of find it after this. But yeah, I'll just sing this now, and we'll just hold a moment in honour of all of those who have passed. Buzz Buzzard, call you back to the wild lands, heron, fly you home. Journey to the soul of your own land, where the mothers wait for your return, heron, fly you home. Buzzard, call you back to the wild lands, heron, fly you home. Journey to the soul of your own lands, where the mothers wait for your return, heron, fly you home. Buzzard, call you back to the wild lands, heron, fly you home. Journey to the soul of your own lands, where the mothers wait for your return, heron, fly you home. Heron, fly you home. Heron, fly you home. So for all those that we've already lost to this sickness, to all those that are making their way over to the other lands, may you be remembered. Yeah, may they be remembered. And so for a healing round now, so we can send love and strength to all of those that are needing it at the moment, and I do invite you to kind of to specifically name if there's anybody that you're feeling needs some love and strength sent to them at the moment, those who we know who are struggling with the sickness, those who are struggling in other ways with the adjustment at this time, and those who we can drum some love and strength to at the moment, that can help carry them through the days. It's a bit of love and strength to lift them up at the moment. It's what I refer to as the healing round. We're not healing in a kind of a direct, specifically wanting to fix this, that or the other for the person, but giving the love and strength for them so that they can lift themselves up from and out of whatever place they're in at the moment. Each of those people are in charge of their lives and in charge of where they take it. But we'll just drum some love and some strength to them. I'm just seeing all of the names coming in for those that we're going to dedicate this healing round to, and some words from people coming in following the Heron chant from those who had passed over today. Sorry, I just read somebody passing over today, but those who have passed over. For all those we send the love and strength to. When we send these prayers out for healing generally, they go wide and far. But if there are specific people in your mind and in your heart with this, it's a chance to name them and to put them in the centre of this healing circle. And so that they may feel this love and strength being drummed to them more strongly. And so for all those that I see the names coming in on the screens here, and for all of those others that are in our minds and in our hearts, and for people who are joining in after, and joining on this on the recording, for all of those names that you're adding to the list here in the comments, for some love and some strength at the moment that we can drum that to them. Yeah, let's drum that love and strength to them now. So as we breathe our way back from that round of drumming, may those rhythms and those vibrations of the drum ripple out across the lands and be felt by all of those people that have been named and all of those people that came into our mind and our heart during the drumming. For me, during that, there were lots of people that I gave time throughout it all just to drum some love to them, drum some strength to them. And may those drum beats, those rhythms, ripple out across the land to reach them. And to all of those people that people have named on here, to all of those that you've held in your minds and in your heart. Yeah, to all of that it's stirred and awoken and allowed to move. Those who are feeling that emotion moving themselves, there's that healing that you're feeling in there yourself as well. So as those energies of love and strength and healing go out across the land, as our prayers for those who have passed, so that they may be carried on the wings of the heron, we give our thanks to all of those energies that have weaved their magic in and throughout this evening, that have given their strength and their support, that have given their guidance and their messages in the journeys and the rounds of drumming, to the spirit of the season, to Beltaine, and to all your many faces that you've appeared to us this evening in, to guide us and support us. We honour you all and thank you all. And to this circle of unity, the circle that's connected us all this evening, we give our thanks for that, for the love that we've been able to feel in this space, to all we've been able to share and hold with one another. And as we close this space and close the circle for this evening, we do so with heartfelt thanks and gratitude. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be. So yeah, once again everybody, thanks for joining us on these this evening. It's so lovely to see so many of you coming back onto these and new friends and faces being able to come and join us and connecting in this circle. As keeps being said, so important to maintain connection, even if we're physical distancing but social solidarity, and in these spaces in particular, as much chance as we can to have this heart connection here in a circle with one another, and this time to connecting with the land and connecting with the seasons, connecting with the earth, with what's moving and awakening, you know, while we're shut indoors, still remaining in tune and in time and in rhythm with what's moving and stirring with the land, so that we're able to hear what she has to tell us and what she has to share with us. So yeah, thanks again for those who have been, all of you who have joined in with us this evening. A reminder that going to do these every 2 weeks, meaning the next one will be on the 12th of May. Same time, same places on Zoom and on Facebook. A couple of messages asking about that link, kind of I'd said to do with donations. For those of you who are on Facebook, it's in the blurb at the top there. It's the paypal.me/Heron Drums. And for those on Zoom, if you got that there, or I can type it in just afterwards, it's paypal.me/Heron Drums. But do check out if you're joining in on Zoom, do check out the video description, as it were, for this live video on Facebook, if you're needing those links for the mailing lists to find out information about when these are happening and the links to connect with them, and to find out about some of the other online teaching that I'm doing during this time. So yeah, once again, thank you all very much for joining us. I'm going to stop the live feed on Facebook. For those on Zoom, I'll be around for a little while, because after I close it, I don't get the comments, so I just take a moment just to have a look through the comments there as well. So for those all joining on Facebook, thank you all very much. Well, click on the